Hey guys, it's Alert here, back again with another review, and today we are having a look at the I Am Elemental 6-inch Courage figure. Though I believe that is what her name is. I can't remember at this point because I've had this figure for so long and I just haven't had time to review it, but I got it from my buddy T-Biz because he got an extra one. So he decided to send his older one to me, and he kept the one he got from I Am Elemental themselves, which, you know, kudos to this company for making a figure that's fully posable, affordable, and actually intended for chicks or girls. I don't do girl toys. I never have. I never will. But this kind of fits in the same vein as what I'm into, but can also appeal to girls. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, if you look around the stores nowadays, what do you have that kind of appeals to both? You have those DC superhero girls, right? Well, the action figures anyways. You got those. That's pretty much it. Other than that, you know, you got the occasional Marvel Legends female figure that comes out, or something like that. But other than this, in DC superheroes girls, there's not much out there for girls in terms of action figures, which I think kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's like, well, I don't know a lot that are into action figures, so to each his own. But still, this thing is loaded, and I mean loaded with really good sculpt work. I mean, look at the armor. That's just really nice, and it's got really nice, crisp, clean lines in the paint, and the paint itself has a nice tone to it. The sword is pretty well done, although I will say it is a little bit loose. But then again, this was essentially used. It does have a slot there for the thumb, I believe, which is what I'm typically using it for. The only thing I wish is that this fire piece could come off, but it doesn't look like it can. I could be completely wrong about that, but it looks like it is glued in place. I just think it would have made it a little easier to get the sword on, but it looks cool enough, so just a stupid nitpicky thing. But speaking of stuff that does come off, aside from that, her shield is removable. It's CO for courage, and that's where the whole elemental thing comes from. Elemental table, and she can hold this in either hand. Like I said, kind of loose in mine because it's been used prior. Her helmet, it's on there now. Is removable and looks very nice, very medieval-esque. I would say maybe a mix between a knight and a gladiator. Looks very cool. And then you get a good look at the head sculpt, which is nice. Her hair is slicked back and turns into what I think is 3 ponytails, which is more Viking-esque than anything. So she got a lot going on. But her head is removable. Or it's just easy to pop off. and then you can slide the armor off, which some people got a wing set to put on this figure, which, you know, I think it's a cool touch that you'll be able to mix and match the parts, but the armor is nice too, and the shoulder pads appear to be hinged as well. So you can get them out of the way when you're posing the figure, which is nice. The neck actually has a ball peg in it, which this works to an extent. I'm just going to put her head back on, just so we can do the articulation here. She can't really look down too well. She looks down enough, I suppose, and then up. Or maybe I'm crazy, because she is looking up pretty decent. I would like a little bit more out of that, but other than that, all the other articulation on this figure is insane. Like, she can crunch down really far. Then you got that neck peg, you can look down even more. And then you can crunch back really far. That's insane. Like, that is nuts, because she's got a ball joint in the waist and a ball joint in the torso. This is the type of articulation I like to see on a figure. I would not say it necessarily is meant to rotate, but that's okay because we don't do that a lot anyways. I'd say this is far more useful than a rotation. You can get a lot of good poses out of that. She does have a pseudo butterfly joint, kind of like a ball joint, and then she's got a ball joint at the shoulder on top of that. And then you can move this around on a swivel in a sense. She's got a bicep swivel. Double joint at the elbow. Really good range. The elbow pad is hinged. I've never seen that before. That's a nice touch because you get to line it up how you prefer and make it look a little bit more natural than some figures tend to have them. Then we already went over the torso. The legs can splay out almost 90 degrees. That's about, not everyone can do the splits, you know. They can move forward about 90 degrees, back a little bit. They kind of kick off to the side, but who's their leg that far back? Come on now. She's got a thigh swivel, a double joint at the knee, I believe. Yep. And then she also has that same hinge feature on the knee pad, which is nice. And then she has a hinge in the foot, a swivel, and a rocker. So she's got the Taskmaster ankle joints, which everyone loves. And then I forgot to mention this. She has a double jointed wrist. What do I mean by that? Well, basically what she's got in the foot, she's got in the wrist. So it's got like a ball joint here, or a ball hinge, and it connects to the wrist here, or the gauntlet cuff there. And then it connects to the hand on the opposite side. So you can rotate the hand and essentially get both hinges in the hand, which I think is insane. And you can also pop them off if you wish for interchangeability if they ever get around to making another 6-inch figure, which I am all for. I might even buy it, or just wait till T-Biz gets another one, but this is an amazing figure, an amazing feat in articulation even. This is import status, and it's being made over here. So, in other words, suck it, DBZ. But nonetheless, this is an awesome, awesome figure. And as I ramble on here, I'm just gonna try and get all of her gear back on. Because this thing is just, I love it. I love the articulation. I like the sculpt. It can kind of fit in wherever. I mean, she looks like she came out of Guardians, to be honest with you, Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, she's really a really tight figure, so I have to give this a 10 out of 10. It'd be a disservice not to. And if iElemental watches this, I really hope you make another 6-inch figure for the Wisdom set, because I liked some of the 3 3/4 stuff, but I'm not big on that scale. I'm more of this scale. And I think if you did more of these, or at least the same amount, you'd do really well. So, yeah, this was a very awesome figure. Highly recommended. 10 out of 10, easy. One of the best figures of 2015. I think that's when it came out. It's pretty old by this point. But yeah, if they ever get around to doing another 6-inch figure, you know, me and T-Biz will back that up all the way. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed this review, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.